After a quick Google search, the Pixel Fold came out almost a year ago, which is pretty wild to even think about. I've given you my first impressions, compared it to the Pixel 8 Pro, and given you my review a few months after its release. But how has it held up over the past year, and is it worth recommending in 2024? Let's talk. This is my Pixel Fold. It's a color mix of the obsidian and porcelain colorways because it is number 348 of 450 years of hip hop special editions made. Google sent me this promo package back when the Pixel Fold launched, but there are no strings attached, and all of the opinions shared in this video are of course my own. In my full review last year, I touched on the fact that the Pixel Fold felt like a really good first attempt, but I was really looking forward to what the Pixel Fold 2 would offer. With that being said, the Pixel Fold has gotten quite a few updates, making it better than when I originally reviewed it. Here's a list of the most important features that have been added since then. The feature drop from December of 2023 was one that we really needed to upgrade the quality of life of the Pixel Fold. We got dual screen preview, which pretty much shows the outer camera's image on the outer screen, so that way you can get like those high quality selfies, and you can, use the main camera as your selfie camera. The biggest update that came with this feature drop, in my opinion, was the fact that you could now force apps to do full screen resizing. That was the number one feature that I needed from day one, and I'm glad it came, a little bit late, but it came. And this elevated the quality of life overall, because that was one of my biggest cons with the Pixel Fold. And my initial thoughts and impressions in my initial review was the fact that I couldn't be on Instagram in full screen, I couldn't be on Twitter in full screen, YouTube Studio I couldn't have full screen. There's certain things that I just couldn't have full screen, and most apps honestly weren't full screen compatible. So now having it baked into the software itself and being able to force any application to use the full resolution and the full aspect ratio of the screen, albeit it wasn't, not all apps are optimized for that kind of workflow and that screen ratio, but they all look pretty usable in my opinion, at least all the ones that I've used. And having full screen capabilities is a must for the Ender display on a foldable device, and I'm glad it was added back in December. And our most recent feature drop that we got back in like March, April timeframe included circle to search. Now this was a feature that was kind of limited to Pixel devices and the new Galaxy devices, but it being added to the Fold was a welcome addition. Being able to use circle to search is pretty convenient. If there's something on your screen, you want to circle it real quick, all on the same screen without having to leave your current application. It's really, really nice and really dope. We got 10-bit HDR video and Ultra HDR photo for Instagram. And of course, everyone knows this is one of the biggest gripes with Android as a whole, is the fact that photo and video kind of sucks on social. When you upload a video, it looks all pixelated and fuzzy. Same with pictures. And of course, this update was a welcomed one. So we got high quality video, high quality photo, uploaded to Instagram directly using the Instagram camera with the Pixel products. We also got call screen improvements and app screen sharing, and a couple more improvements with some photo features, security updates and patches, the normal stuff. Also, of course, they sprinkled throughout all these updates over the past year. They've included performance improvements. Of course, battery life overall and stability have been improved. And overall, these updates honestly have breathed new life into the Pixel Fold and brought it close to what our standards are for 2024. And the main areas of improvement that still remain for this phone can only really be solved with the Pixel Fold 2. Comes down to hardware mostly. So updating the cameras, by no means is the camera on the Pixel Fold bad. Google does a great job of really making the most of the Pixel Fold's hardware with their computational photography and AR features. These photos are great. They're just not as sharp and polished as what I get out of the Pixel 8 Pro. Of course, having that extra zoom and the extra features baked in, like, video boost and a couple other AI features will be nice, but of course that limitation comes down to really the chip. And since we're talking about the chip, there are a couple features that are really locked behind the Tensor G3, and they just can't be added simply because of hardware. Moving on to the feature drop from October 2023, we got dual screen interpreter. So that was like a real-time translator displaying the translations on the inner and outer screen, so that way the person that you're talking to can see the translation on their side and you can see the translation on your side as well. It will still involve you having to look at the same screen, but it was much more intuitive and a good implementation and a cool way to use the two displays on a foldable device for Google Translate. And to be honest, you can go back and check this. I went on record stating that I think they really should have held the Pixel Fold back at launch and launched it alongside the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, because paying a premium price for old tech is a really big tough pill to swallow. And as much as the Pixel Fold costs at launch, it should have really come with the latest and greatest chip. this would have been a game changer really for this device. It would have solved a lot of issues such as, you know, mild overheating. It would have solved the battery life concerns that a lot of people had early on. The other improvement I would like to see on the Pixel Fold 2 is an improved inner display. So of course I'm not mad at the inner display on the Pixel Fold. I love the fact that it's an OLED, it's flexible, its colors are vibrant and bright. And a year later, I do think that the bezels could be slimmer, and that's just because, you know, new phones have come out since then, and I've seen slimmer bezels and different foldables, and I think that Google can do it. They could have did it back then, of course, but this is their first generation product, and I think that also now the fact that technology for under display selfie cameras have gotten better, I think they could probably incorporate that tech into the new Pixel Fold 2 as well. Another update that I would love to see is an updated hinge on the Pixel Fold 2. Now, of course, if you watch any review of the Pixel Fold, you know, the main trend that you'll see is the fact that the hinge was kind of underwhelming. There's no confident snap when you open it up or close it, and it feels like it doesn't really want to open completely flat without like extra flexing. It just feels kind of mushy and unnatural, like it wants to close while you're using it. And that's something that I think can definitely be tackled on the Pixel Fold 2. Now, if we're talking about how the phone has held up for me physically over the past year, the build quality is actually pretty nice. This phone is made from really premium materials, you know, glass, metal, flexible OLED, and I've babied this phone really for the most part, keeping it, you know, in this first party Google Fold case. And it does have a couple minor scratches on it, but I would classify that as like normal wear and tear. Overall, this phone feels really good in hand. Even a year later, when I pick this phone up and use it for gaming or media consumption or social media, I'm reminded that they got it right. They got the form factor right. It's still amazing. I love the passport style. Both the outer and inner displays are really dope. Now, if you buy this phone in 2024, make sure you got a good deal on it. Like, considering the fact that the successor is coming out soon, and despite how good this phone is in 2024, to be honest with you, I would tell anyone considering it to just wait a few months. Wait, you know, even a month or two, because the Pixel Fold 2 will probably have much more in store, and it'll be a huge upgrade, I assume, when it comes to hardware. Now, we have already seen some leaked images of it, and, you know, if history repeats itself, we'll have a full hands-on review and someone will have it in their hands in the next month or so. So just be a little bit patient if you're looking for a Google Foldable, because there's gonna be much more on the horizon pretty soon. The leaks also do show us an updated camera module, more squared off sides, and the biggest concern I have is that the aspect ratio is changing. So it's getting a little bit taller and a little bit skinnier, but thankfully it looks like they're not going full Samsung Fold skinny, because in my opinion, like I said earlier, that form factor is just not desirable. I wanna be able to use the outer screen comfortably. And instead it looks like they're gonna go with, you know, something in the middle, like striking a happy medium. Like, it looks like it's gonna be closer to like a candy bar style phone on the outside, but still opening to a nice square aspect ratio, taller, kind of foldable inner display. And to be honest, the Pixel Fold has really served me well, and it's been a great phone. Needless to say, I'm really excited for the Pixel Fold 2. And if you have a Pixel Fold, if you've been using it since launch, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let's get some conversation going. You guys know I'm always down there with you talking. But until the next time, it's been a pleasure. Stay fresh. Peace.